I really love the first Dune. Did you like the first Dune movie? All I want to do is talk about Dune. I really want to talk about Dune. Dune Part 2 is starting this summer, guys, and we got some fresh, juicy quotes about it from Denis Villeneuve himself. Let's take a look. Dune 2 to include much more Harkonnen stuff. Harkonnen. It's pronounced Harkonnen. Are you guys in the same boat with that with me? For years you'd call it Harkonnen and now it's Harkonnen. But Dune 2 to include much more Harkonnen stuff. Plans to start filming before end of this summer. And this comes all from Denis Villeneuve himself. He said this in an Empire magazine interview. So let's just take a look at what he says. It's like a chess game. Some new characters will be introduced. Fade, hopefully, in part 2. And in the second part. And the decision I made very early on was the first part would be more about Paul Atreides. Okay, and it was very difficult for him to cut out a lot of the Harkonnen stuff. He added, when you adapt, you have to make bold choices in order for things to come to life and to think, okay, so guys, where's the juicy quote here? Go read this article. It's up on comicbook.com movies, and of course you can go check it out when in his Empire magazine review. But here's the quote that confirms when. We are supposed to shoot by the end of summer, he revealed. I will say it's mostly designed. The thing that helps us right now is that this is the first time I've revisited the universe. So I'm working with the same crew. Everybody knows what to do. We know what it will look like. The movie will be more challenging, but we know where we are stepping. Okay, so the movie will be more challenging. The movie will be, we'll know where we're stepping, and the screenplay is written. So the screenplay is written, so I'm confident. Frankly, the only big unknown for me right now is the pandemic, which is mostly over for the most part, at least hopefully now, finally. But Dune Part 2, guys, and we heard this news. It was actually a little bit slipped by Stellan Skarsgård in an interview. If you don't know, we talked about this the other week. Stellan Skarsgård plays the Baron Harkonnen, and he said in a Swedish interview that he starts to film his scenes this summer. So everything is scheduled in. Dune Part 2 starts filming this summer, and I can't be happy enough for that, guys. I hope you're looking forward to Dune Part 2 because I really like the first part, and we'll have to see how it fares at the Oscars. Guys, you're watching Mirror Domain's Movie News live. This is a live show that we do every day, Monday to Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern, where we go through a myriad of topics here. Dune Part 2, Gladiator 2, Oscars 2022 hosts. Downton Abbey 2 trailer dropped. A fresh trailer with Sebastian Stan. Cannibalism. Spider-Man 3 has become the third domestic movie of all time. Let's talk about some Uncharted Buzz. That's more reviews are coming out now. There's a Lord of the Rings animated movie coming on the way. Brie Larson talks about Captain Marvel. Maybe that will get your feathers ruffled. And if we have time, we'll take a look at the Twitter roundup. As you know, all of these topics will be listed in the description, and time codes will be put down in the comment section once YouTube finishes uploading this live. But guys, that's the way that the show is going to go today. We're going to talk about these topics, and if you are live with us, hopefully you can participate in the chat, because that's the way that I like to do things. And if you're joining us afterwards, guys, 12 p.m. Eastern, Monday to Friday, come talk, and we'll talk movie news headlines. We'll actually talk about the movie news headlines instead of jibber jabber about my life. Let's just get into it. Gladiator 2, is it coming? Is it? I don't know. Okay. Gladiator sequel has a completed script. Okay, well, we knew that Ridley Scott has been working on this for a while, and everybody's like, well, what's it going to be? What is this going to be about? Gladiator 2. His quote says he's been working on this Napoleon Bonaparte movie with Joaquin Phoenix, but then he wants to work on this Gladiator 2. So his quote here says, oh, it's been written. It's already been written. We have a good footprint, a good logical place to go. We can't just do another Gladiator type movie. What? You've got to follow. There's enough components from the first one to pick up the ball and continue it. Well, obviously, it wouldn't be about Maximus because we know what happens to him, and it wouldn't be about the Emperor. So what do you mean? They're just continuing on with that kind of fare, that kind of genre in that time period as to what was the aftermath, perhaps, of that, the downfall of an emperor. Let's just take a look at Ridley Scott's IMDb just to confirm this. Maybe it'll, well, it's IMDb, so they put a lot of announcements on there. Yeah, there it is, Gladiator 2. It is on his schedule. It's announced, but he's had things in here announced for a long time, like this untitled Alien prequel, like the third movie in the Prometheus series. That's been on there for a long time, and I don't think that one's going to happen because not enough people want to see it. I want to see it, even though I loathed Alien Covenant. Did you? But I've slowly come around to it. I don't think there's going to be a third Alien prequel because he wants to make it all about David and the AI and take aliens out of it. But he's working on this Napoleon project right now with Joaquin Phoenix, and Gladiator 2. I don't know. I'm tired a little bit of these franchises trying to make a comeback, and it's just they waited too long for it. What do you guys think? A Gladiator 2. Do you want to see more of that? What could it possibly be about? Ridley Scott confirms that there's a script ready to go, and yeah. Let me know what you thought about that in the comments below, and we'll talk about it. Thinking about things that'll get your feathers ruffled? I think that's going to be a theme for today's show. People will just get a little bit, perhaps triggered, thinking about some of these things. Yesterday, The Hollywood Reporter announced who the Oscar hosts are going to be for the 2022 Oscars, and they are going to be Regina Hall, Amy Schumer, and Wanda Sykes. Okay, well, at first glance, I'm not totally upset with that. 3 people sharing the duties, that's fine. Sorry, Regina, I don't mean to move your face out of the way. But then some of the quotes came out, and then some of the people's buzz was like, guys, what are you doing here? Even Amy Schumer herself said a quote here that has gotten a lot of people angry because she was just trying to be funny. She was trying to be funny, I think, and it's just rubbed people the wrong way. In a brief statement, Schumer said, "I'm not sure who thought this was a good idea, but I'm hosting the Oscars. I'm hosting the Oscars along with Wanda Sykes and Regina Hall. I better go watch some movies." Which means that Amy Schumer really hasn't watched a whole bunch of movies. Okay, fine. That's the way people are. You don't have time to watch, unless you're a huge sweaty like we are. We're big movie fans. We keep our eye on everything in the movie realm, movie news and entertainment realm. Unless you're somebody like that, then why did you get Amy Schumer? Because she's the name of some kind. She's not even really a big movie star. She's been in some movie stuff, but this is the thing that's going on, is that you just get a big name and you just feel like, oh, well, that's going to work. That has to work. These executives that just read the name and they read the buzz, and it's kind of like, well, this has to work. So, but no, you want people in there that are passionate about it, who know the stuff. It would have been awesome if you got like Kevin Hart and The Rock to do that. That would have been awesome. But you know what? It's just the Amy Schumer comment you're going to see a lot of comments out there today about this story and how it's just, we got to be careful here, though. We have to be careful here because I got no problem with these 3 women hosting the Oscars, other than the fact that Amy's saying that she doesn't really watch the movies, right? So it's an entertainment thing, but we have to be careful here because now this opens up the window for a whole bunch of other kind of bigoted stuff to be attached to it. So you're going to see a lot of those bigoted videos out there today with the people that they chosen. People will be using the words woke and all of that stuff. And you just have to be measured and realize all that stuff is it's a trap. It's a clickbait. It's nothing worthwhile. It's nothing substantial that you should be involving in your life, because it'll just, if you get consumed by it, then you'll just work yourself up into knots. But as far as the cast itself, the hosts, I on a cursory glance, I got no problem with it. But the one quote, it does get a little bit underneath my skin. You know, she's just trying to be funny. She's just trying to be cheeky, and it doesn't play well, especially when you're handed an honor. And I think that's it. You're being handed an honor to host the Oscars, and you're just saying, well, I never really watched the movies, but okay, I'll do it anyway. Yeah, it's that casualness that I got the problem with. It's nothing with the fact that she's a woman. It's nothing with the fact that there's three of them. I'm still going to watch the Oscars. I love the Oscars, so I'll be watching it anyway, and I hope they do well. That's what I would say. That's the final lesson that I would say from this, is that I hope they do well. For the most part, they're... yeah. Let me know what you think about this. The Oscars being hosted by these three, and we'll talk about it in the comments below, because it does come with a little bit of peril. What doesn't come with a little bit of peril, though, is Downton Abbey 2. Guys, are you excited for Downton Abbey, A New Era? This movie was supposed to come out last year, but it got pushed to this year, and they got a new trailer out. So I did a trailer reaction for this. It'll be up on the channel later today. And whoops, let's just take a look at the IMDb for the official log line here. That popularity seems to be going down a little bit, but the trailer just came out. May 20th is when it comes out in the theater. Downton Abbey, A New Era release date is May 20th, 2022. The log line reads a follow-up to the 2019 feature film in which the Crawley family and Downton staff receive a royal visit from the King and Queen of Britain. So that's not a good log line. Basically, this older lady here gets an invitation to visit a villa in Spain while they're filming a movie at the Abbey. The trailer looked pretty good. I won't lie to you. It had that same charm, and it's all about the cast. Michelle Dockery is great. Maggie Smith is like the cast just has great chemistry, and it's the cast of Downton Abbey that will make you want to come back and see this story of what they're doing with it. Let me pull up some of the images from the trailer here. So this trailer just walks through that there's going to be a film at the Abbey, and the older lady there mentions that she's got a villa in Spain that they can all go to, and all of the familiar cast is back, so that's really good, guys. I like this trailer, and I do like, these little period dramas every now and then. I really like the first Downton Abbey movie, and it comes from somebody who's never seen the series. They made the movie accessible for people like me who never saw the series, so I like the production design. The acting was good. It's got that charm. It's got that wit. Downton Abbey, A New Era. Trailer number 2. Guys, did you see it? If you did, let me know in the comments below if it's a movie that you're excited for. Yeah, because it looked pretty decent. Fresh is a movie coming out with Sebastian Stan on Hulu March 4th. What is this about? What is there something about cannibalism in this? Well, yes, in fact, there is. Let's just take a look on the IMDb and see what this is about. I watched the trailer today, guys, and I'm not going to do a trailer reaction for it because it's on Hulu. It's not going to be in theaters. But we'll look at some of the screenshots in this. It's got a whimsy to it. It's got a real whimsy. The horrors of modern dating seen through one young woman's defiant battle to survive her new boyfriend's unusual appetites. The poster gives it away here that Sebastian Stan is a little bit of a cannibal. Wait a minute. Hold on. This better not be based on Armie Hammer's life story. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. Is that too soon? Okay. Let's just take a look at the cast. Daisy Edgar Jones, Sebastian Stan, Jojo T. Gibbs. Any other big names in here that jump out at me? No. Okay, so let's go to some of the screenshots for the trailer, and I'll tell you, it's directed by Mimi Cave. It just starts off with like a bunch of online dating clips of this woman trying to find a man, someone to satisfy her needs, and eventually she meets Sebastian Stan, who tries to pick her up in a grocery store. So it's got that element of food around it, but it looks like Sebastian Stan's really diving into this role of you got shades of American Psycho Christian Bale here in Sebastian Stan, and yeah, it it looks like it's got potential to be one of those sleeper hits. 30 minutes, my jaw was on the floor. So this movie came out in the circuit, like, you know, the festival circuit and such. But if you watch the trailer, you just get this vibe that it looks like they're having a whole bunch of fun with it. That she gets seduced by this guy who likes to eat people, and it's called Fresh. So it's on Hulu. I would check out the trailer if you want. I tell you, it's Sebastian Stan. If you like The Winter Soldier and you want to see more of his work, definitely go check out the Fresh trailer, because it's a little bit intriguing. So TMTJ Gaming is back today. Hi, sir. Yesterday I checked out your channel, Indian Reaction. I like your reactions. Okay, good. Thanks. My Mirror Domains India channel. Yeah, that one I had to put on hiatus while the pandemic was on, because no movie news was coming out, right? So no trailers were coming out. And Mirror Domains India is where we do a lot of the Bollywood, Tollywood, Mollywood kind of stuff. And I really like to watch those trailers, and I do like to watch those movies. And I started watching those on this channel, but then it kind of, it grew so big that it was kind of like, well, my bag is the movie news stuff here in North America. I might as well just create a second channel, Mirror Domains India, and put that stuff out on that specific channel. And it's slowly starting to build back up. And I think I'm going to have a new trailer reaction out on that channel pretty soon, today or tomorrow, maybe later today. Guys, it's just, I produce this show, and then I produce all of these shorts and all of this stuff. I'm just getting up my rhythm, and hopefully it'll all come together soon, and we'll get the ball rolling again. Yeah, because it's fun to do. Spider-Man No Way Home has just crossed to be the third highest movie in the domestic box office, beating Avatar. Okay, well, that's cool news. That's awesome. I loved Spider-Man No Way Home. It was my favorite movie of last year, Spider-Man No Way Home, and it was snubbed at the Oscars for Best Picture. Okay, so let's just take a look here. Spider-Man No Way Home has beat 760.5 million take of James Cameron's Avatar. So Avatar made 760.5 million, and now domestically, this is all domestic numbers, and now Spider-Man has beat it with 760.9 million. Okay, well, because of the Valentine's Day weekend, and it's going to even make more. It's going to make more than that, guys, because Spider-Man No Way Home deserves it. Tom Holland and the whole cast did phenomenal. Let's just pull up the box office mojo numbers to confirm this. Well, 759 million there. Okay, so this is not it's not up to date, but it's crossed 1.8 billion, and it would have been a 2 billion. It would have been a 2 billion movie if it had some China numbers in there, but it had a big, huge open domestically, 260 million, but it's crossed the 260.9 million. Yeah, so that's not updated yet, but yeah, it's crossed 260.9 million, and that's good. That's awesome. Now it is a fair way away from the second one, which is like 800 million or something like that domestically. So Spider-Man is going to sit there. But it beats Avatar. It's now the third highest grossing movie at the domestic box office. That's good news for Spider-Man, and then it's good news for Tom Holland. Yeah. What's not good news for Tom Holland? All of these Uncharted reviews. Guys, I'm looking forward to the Uncharted movie. As you know, I got my tickets. I'm ready to go here on Thursday to see it. I'm hyped for it. And we broke the news on Friday that the early buzz was not good. It was below, it was like 40% on the tomato meter, but it's moved up a little bit. It's moved into the 50s now, 54%. And it does have one good review out there. And you're going to see a lot of the reviews come out now today. So you're going to see like Jeremy Johns, hopefully, and Chris Stuckman, Perry Nemiroff. Those are my three favorite reviewers, my three trusted reviewers, because all the other people are just kind of like, once again, it goes back to that casual fare. They don't, those are my three top reviewers, Stuckman, Johns, and Perry Nemiroff. But let's just take a look at least the one fresh one from The Wrap. In the tradition of Raiders, The Mummy, National Treasure, and Jumanji, Uncharted taps into a familiar tradition of globetrotting, roguish adventure, and disguises the influence of those earlier films better than you might expect. And guys, we talked about some of these early worst quotes that were saying that it's a Tomb Raider ripoff. It's got no charm. It's lifeless. But I felt like the trailer showed like Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg had good chemistry, and it had that cheekiness to it. It looked like Antonio Banderas was chewing up the scenery as the bad guy, and I'm not expecting this to be Shakespeare. I'm not expecting it to be. Well, I'm not even expecting it to be as good as that last Tomb Raider movie with Alicia Vikander. I'm just expecting it just to be fun, something that I can go to and turn off my brain and just have some laughs. That's what I'm expecting. So that's the early buzz for Uncharted. It seems like it's going up in the charts, which is good. I like that. And I'm going to keep my hopes up. All right. Now, we're going to talk about Lord of the Rings here. Not the Rings of Power. Actually, we are going to talk about the Rings of Power. But first, an animated movie has been announced. Well, we knew about this a little while ago, but we got the release date for the War of the Rohirrim. Is an animated movie for a set release of April 12th, 2024. Now, Lord of the Rings is going through a bit of a... it should be a celebration time with the Rings of Power coming out on Amazon this September. The trailer just dropped. Everybody should be talking good things about the trailer, but they're not. We'll talk about that after this story. The War of Rohirrim. Okay, it's an animated movie. I'm excited for it. I think it's... Well, again, we're not going to have to wait to see what the story is like, if it's going to do justice to the source material. But April 12th, 2024. That's fine with me. Again, as long as it looks like it does service to Tolkien's work, I got no problem with it. And I don't think it shrinks the universe by saying that we're going to tell a story in a familiar timeline. Don't listen to that BS. That's BS when somebody says that. It's narrow-sighted, it's short-sighted, and I don't pay attention to that stuff. Because, yeah, I want to watch this. I want to watch Lord of the Rings material. It's stuff that could be easily mined for tons and tons of stories, and I don't want that fact bog me down. The War of Rohirrim, I think, is going to be awesome. I hope it is. I really do. But something that's not being hailed all that well is the new. A lot of people are ragging on the Rings of Power trailer, and there's some people that are saying that it doesn't do justice to the source material that's supposed to be like from the books, but I don't really think that it is. But it's opened up a little bit of a Pandora's box with bigotry. And that's what I want to talk a little bit about. I'm just on the surface level here. I started to read some of these disappointing things. Some people say, well, it's supposed to be based on the Silmarillion or whatever timeline, and they've changed some of the characters, like Galadriel was never supposed to be like this, and elves were never supposed to look like this. The dwarf women are supposed to look like men. Okay, I agree with all of those comments, but it's a toxic place once you start going down this rabbit hole where you're like, okay, I understand you didn't like the trailer, but I looked at some of these things, and then it just becomes blatantly obvious that they're just going into bigotry, and that's what I wanted to talk about. Is, guys, we have to be careful with these things, because once you start going down that rabbit hole and you get seduced by it, you yourself get that tag of, hey, you're being included in this thing, and it doesn't feel well. It doesn't feel good for you. Now, some people want to nitpick at the trailer. They wanted to say that the trailer doesn't look all that good. Okay, well, to those people I say, well, they still got time to iron out the kinks in the trailer. And let's just pull up the trailer here on the side, and we'll take a look at some of the little snippets of it that people say that are bad. Like, I've seen videos out there where people are pausing every little second of it, and they're saying, "Ooh, this CG work is terrible. There's no look at," like, they even went into detail to talk about shadows here. And unless you're an artist, and you know painting and stuff like that, and you know how shadows fall in water and stuff like that, then don't talk to me about this stuff. Don't rag on the trailer for shadows and then tell me, oh, well, it matters. If you don't know where the light sources are coming from, and you don't know the entire scope of the shot, then why are we complaining about minuscule stuff like this? And I got no problem if you want to rag on it, but you're just wasting your time with it. And at least it's not you're getting into the bigoted stuff. But some people do, like I did complain about this shot, that it looked like a video game, but everything else I thought it looked awesome. I thought it looked great. Like, the cinematography looked stellar, and I can understand that people are angry that they're using Elrond and Galadriel. That Elrond was not like this. I can understand those complaints, and those do hold some legitimate fare. And we'll have to see how the series plays out, because we don't know yet exactly what they're doing with it. We'll have to wait till the actual story trailer comes out, and we'll have to wait till the series comes out. But I just wanted to say, I wanted to weigh in with where all of this hate is coming from this stuff. And when you go out and watch some of these channels that are putting out all of this putrid stuff about the color of people's skin colors, it's just disgusting, guys. It's vile. It's vile, and I hate the fact that people feel like they have to come out and do that stuff for a teaser trailer for a movie or a series. It bums me out, and people just like to jump on that bandwagon of hate. You're just gonna have to roll with it. And I would just say I don't like to participate in it other than just looking at it like I just did and saying, nope, that's not for me. All right, enough preaching here. Let's go on to what Brie Larson said about Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel's coming out, and the Marvels, it's going to come out next year, and it's going to be preluded with that Miss Marvel series. But Brie Larson has come out and said that she's just getting started as Captain Marvel. Okay, well, you've only had one movie, and you were in Endgame for about a minute and a half. But she's got a quote in here. Are you a fan of the Captain Marvel movie and this character? She said in her quote, "The novelty is not even close to wearing off. It's the thrill of a lifetime. It's the greatest honor and beyond my wildest expectations that I could help provide this symbol for people. 3 years have been the beginning for me of getting to see what the importance of having characters like this can do for people." Yeah, we look up at these heroes. It can bring strength, it can bring confidence, it can bring community. So we're just getting started. I'm really excited for people to see what's next. What's next with Captain Marvel, hopefully, but hopefully not what's next with Miss Marvel, because that's what we're getting for Miss Marvel. Again, if you want to complain about the costume, yeah, that's what I'll rag on the costume. It doesn't look good, but I think that's what the intention is. It's not supposed to look good. It's about this girl that wants to be like Captain Marvel, and that series comes out soon. But you know what? If Brie Larson is really wanting to dive into this role, and I respect her comments that people do like these superhero movies, and like, she's not ragging on superhero movies, and like some other people out there in the movie fandom universe and the movie actors and stuff, and she really likes the character. I just hope it's a little bit better than the first Captain Marvel. The first one, it felt like they were just trying to fill in the backstory for things that we already knew. Yeah, sorry. uh, so hopefully this one they just get to dive into it and play with the character instead of showing us how these things came together. TMTJ Gaming says, no, I didn't like Captain Marvel, but I like Miss Marvel. Okay. You like Miss Marvel, but not Captain Marvel. Is there a difference? I can't remember. But yeah, Miss Marvel is a little bit... she wears like a leotard or something. I don't know. Captain Marvel, guys, Brie Larson, what do you think about her comments? She's just getting started as Captain Marvel. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below, and we'll talk about it. What's coming up next? Wonder Twins. Wonder Twins movie in development for HBO Max. Guys, are you a fan of the Wonder Twins? Now, they were part of the Justice League at one point, weren't they? And I don't know if it's going to be a live-action movie or if it's an animated movie. I'm guessing it's going to be a live-action movie, right? It's going to be for HBO Max, so it's not going to be in theaters. It's going to be just like that Batgirl movie that's going to be on the series. Like, it's not going to be in the theaters, which is kind of a bummer because we just talked about Michael Keaton in his Bat costume on the set of Batgirl. But it looks like they're developing a Wonder Twins movie. Wonder Twins is set to be written and directed by Adam Stikeel, who has served as a writer on Rampage and Scoob. So the guy who made Rampage with The Rock is going to be making a Wonder Twins movie. Keep our eye on that. Sophie Turner and Dane DeHaan to star in crime thriller War Driver. I'll tell you this, I only brought up this story because I really like Dane DeHaan's work. He's fantastic. I wish they did a better job with him in Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 2, because he would have been he would have shined if he got a movie where he was the main villain. But they just kind of shoehorned him in at the end. It was kind of a bummer. And Sophie Turner, Game of Thrones, I think she's got a lot of potential in her that I want to see a lot of her work, and to see them working together in a crime thriller, that'll be interesting. I'll keep my eye out for that for sure. Sophie Turner and Dane DeHaan working together. Okay, TMT says, I have one question about movie, The Kingsman, based on a comic. Yes, it was a graphic novel. The Kingsman, the new one, or like the Kingsman Secret Service, like the Secret Service one? That one definitely was graphic novel. The new one, Kingsman, that just came out, I'm not too sure, because I'm not a comic book sweaty like in the reading material stuff, but the first movie was for sure. That one was. Continue on with some various headlines. Nobody star Bob Odenkirk says signs point to yes for a sequel. Did you guys like Nobody? It was a small little actioner where this Bob Odenkirk takes on like a John Wick type role. You guys will recognize him from Better Call Saul. And he says in a quote here that, we are working on making that happen. Universal has been very upbeat and welcoming. Derek and I have talked story. It's not a sure thing yet, but we're working on it. I think the signs point to yes. And if you watch the trailer for it, it's very John Wick. It's very John Wick. And it's got that flair to it. I think a sequel, I'd be up for it. I'd be up for it for sure. All right. David Harbour shares Stranger Things Season 4 update. Are you looking forward to Stranger Things? I certainly am. I like the first 3 seasons. So, guys, this is just a quick story. We know that he's back in the 4th season. He was at an NBA game watching the Knicks where he texted this little thing that says, ST4 is coming soon. I swear. I should have pulled this up a little bit clearer here. Stranger Things Season 4 is coming soon, I promise. Promise. So I don't know why he held that up at the game. I guess he's trying to build hype for it, but I'm really looking forward to it. and I hope they wrap up the series soon too, because the kids are getting a little bit old now for it, and it's kind of, I don't want Stranger Things to outlast its welcome by them just kind of gratuitously just adding on more stuff. I felt like it should have wrapped up with number 3, but we'll have to see that number 4 if they can keep that magic alive. I mean, I'll watch anything with Millie Bobby Brown, because she's just one of those talents you got to keep your eye on. She's gonna do tremendous things in the realm of acting, I think. And Stranger Things season 4 is coming out pretty soon, he says. He promises. So, guys, that's the way that it's been today in the realm of movie and entertainment news. Are any of these stories jumping out at you? I guess we don't really have too much time here to run through the Twitter roundup. I usually like to keep the show around 30 to 35 minutes. Guys, it's a live show, 12 p.m. Eastern, Monday to Friday. And if you want to participate in a live chat, we'll build this nice culture with movie fandom, and we'll talk about these topics. Some of them controversial, like all of this hatred and stuff towards certain franchises. But for the most part, I like to keep it nice and light. I like to at least look at it objectively and say, okay, guys, there's something that we got to be a little bit careful here. That's just my bag. That's just the way that I like to think about it. Guys, that's today's show. Pay attention later. We'll post some shorts that everybody seems to like, and hope you can join us tomorrow on Mirror Domains Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines.